Gentlemen.
It's a video, man. It's a video. This guy
Okay.
gets so thrown off.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Erasmus Tech Summit 2019, the largest tech event on campus. My name is Tom Marshall, and I'll be your host, guiding you through this evening. As you can tell by my accent, I'm originally from the UK, living in the Netherlands now for 7 years, with no intention to go back to Brexit Britain anytime soon. I'm driven by the belief that everyone has the potential to thrive in this rapidly changing world. And based on that, during my day, I work as an innovation consultant at Deloitte, and during my evenings, I'm a social entrepreneur with my own organization, Extraordinary Life, giving sessions and workshops to students, executives, and professionals, all focused on living a more meaningful working life. Now, we have a fantastic program planned for all of you this evening with some incredible keynote speakers, along with a panel discussion and a fireside chat. And later on, there'll be a chance to actually network with each other in the Erasmus Pavilion. Now, I'd like to introduce you to the first mini speaker of today, and that'll be Raj Chakraborty. Raj is actually the co-founder of the Erasmus Tech community. And also, he's right now working as an innovation manager at the Erasmus University. He'll say a few words about the program and what we have in store for you this evening. Please put your hands together for Raj Chakraborty.
Dear honorary guests, students and friends, welcome to our inaugural Erasmus Tech Summit. I couldn't have believed when we started off that this is where we would end up. And it's truly humbling to see you all in this audience today. I shall use this time to narrate why this discussion is so important and why, along with my dear friend and a co-founder, Jonathan, we started and embarked on this journey in September of 2017. We started ETC with a goal of having a discussion on how technology is truly shaping our lives, and to enable students to truly understand tomorrow, and for the bold ones out here to also help them shape it. And the reason to start this discussion was a very simple one. It is something that we were lacking in our curriculum. And it wasn't just lacking in our curriculum, it is something that was lacking in everybody else's curriculum. And that's the reason, event over event, hundreds of students from across this country would sacrifice their evenings and join our events. And all along, ETC's goals have been to bring in the most inspiring thought leaders of today, the people who are not afraid to question the status quo, to our stage here at Erasmus. And instead of spending your evening today watching Netflix, you're doing yourself a major favor, and you're leapfrogging your peers by a lot. The world is changing at an unprecedented pace. The convictions that we grew up with are often inaccurate, not true, and potentially even harmful. That belief that having a university degree will set you up for life is misguiding a lot of us. And the fact that you can learn once and then apply for the next 40 years is also not true, especially when we don't even know how many years we're going to live. With advancements in technology, this generation might even live for 100 years or maybe even longer. So don't get into the tunnel vision. Think beyond and see how you can create value. And as a university, I think we have a moral responsibility to guide and prepare students to create value. And instead of constantly trying to prep up our curriculum, we need to teach our students to decipher the truth from what one man likes to say, the fake news around us. And after the era of standardization comes an era of creativity. And for that era, we need to rethink and reimagine the educational model that we carry as well. Otherwise, if not us, then somebody else will. And as machines and artificial intelligence creeps into our lives and into our workspace, we truly need to think what makes us human. And instead of creating what I call human hard drives and trying to learn and learn and relearn, and then try to compete with the machines just to end up second, we need to be truly first-hand humans. And it's easy to focus on the negativity during the uncertain times. But I believe it's a time of opportunity. And in this newly digital age, we don't have, as a humanity, we don't have all the answers. And there is a lot of work for all of us to do. And therefore, my request, or my call of action to you all, is take action and take ownership. Because don't forget the privilege that we all have to be studying and have graduated from one of the top universities in the world. And therefore, let's co-create and shape the world together. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj, for those inspiring words. Fantastic to see where the Erasmus Tech community has come from since you set it up a couple of years ago. Now there'll be a couple of words from Kevin Evg, who is the current president of the Erasmus Tech community, who will say a few words of thanks for the people that have made it possible today. Round of applause.
Thank you, Tom. And Raj, thank you for that powerful and inspiring call to action. You know, if you walked in here about 5 o'clock, I think you're wondering, why the hell does this guy keep smiling? You know, it's creeping me out. But the truth is, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so grateful to be part of this community. I'm so grateful to be able to meet people like you, passionate and driven to make an impact. I am so grateful because every single day, I get to work with some of those most formidable people that I have ever met. In fact, ETC team, please stand up. All ETC team, please stand up. These are the people that made today possible and everything else. We need to give them some love, please. I'm very proud to be part of the Erasmus Tech community, and I hope you are as well. And I want to give a special shout out to someone who's very, very, very special to us. He goes above and beyond. You know, he's our IT officer, and also our videographer, photographer, our editor, our marketing officer, and business developer. I know what you're thinking, it's fucking insane. You know, this guy. But he deserves much more recognition than he gets. And today, he has a story for you. It's one of the first time he comes on stage at an Erasmus Tech community event. So yes, right, this is an opportunity for you to hear him out. He deserves it. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, man. Take care.
Use the mic.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Thanks, Kevin, for the introduction. Saving the world from boredom, one audience at a time. That is the motto of our next speaker today. So I'd like to honor that motto, and the fact is that he's a really passionate storyteller and tell a short story of my own. About a year ago, I went to this conference called The Next Web. It's a great gathering of speakers and tech talent and companies from all across the world, but you see, not every single talk at that conference was created equal. Many talks had me kind of slipping away and not really listening, just scrolling through social media on my phone. All talks except for one. This one man didn't introduce himself. He didn't say which company he was from. He didn't even tell us what he was about to talk about. He just launched himself into a talk and got the attention of the entire audience with that one trick. I sent that man a message later that day on LinkedIn saying that was probably one of the greatest talks I've witnessed in real life, and that as a student who organizes events myself, I'd love to have him over. And his reply was that it would be an honor. Man, I was extremely excited that day, so a little while later I messaged him again, and something weird happened, you know? He didn't reply. That got me a little bit puzzled. I thought, okay, fair enough, I'll do a little bit more research, as you do. I downloaded a book of his for a plane flight, and then read a whole thing in a single plane flight, and then read about 3 more and watched 10 hours of YouTube talks. You know how you go on YouTube, right? You have, if you put his name on my computer into the search query, you have a little red line underneath every single video that goes all the way. That's because I watched every single one, but I digress. All of the things that I just said, the books, the videos, I'd recommend to anybody in the audience today, and you're about to see why. I sent him a message he couldn't ignore. I met him in person, and then the deal was sealed, and the man who was talking in front of 1,000 people in Amsterdam at a huge conference is about to come up on this very stage. The wearer of epic t-shirts and the talker of even more epic talks, his name is James Whitaker. He works at Microsoft USA as a distinguished engineer, and he's about to tell you a short tale of the future. So please give it up for James. James, the stage is yours.